Hi everyone. We just finished the phase one of two project called 25K and Goodfellows, and those project is a part of a bigger project called TiddlyWiki Information Portal. And after we finished the phase one of those projects, we decided to share a sample of the results that we got from this phase. And the aim of this project is to explain what is these samples and talk about the project in general. So the link to the sample are here, and they will be also in the description. So let's start with what is this project about. The TiddlyWiki Information Portal is an idea about how to bring the scattered information about TiddlyWiki around the communities, around the web into a central place, hub or portal, and in a format that TiddlyWiki can understand, which we, as we will see, it will .dat file. This is a very brief description about the project. We will talk about the project and its phases during this video. But let's start with what we shared. Okay, so if we go follow the link that we shared, just a minute, please. Yeah. If you follow the link, you will see a folder and HTML file. Both of them has exactly the same sample data, but in the two different formats. This folder contains the data in format of .tet file, so you can use it with Node.js, or you can import them tiddler by tiddler, file by file in your own file, TiddlyWiki file. And this single file, we import all the data file into an empty TiddlyWiki file, so it's ready for you to play with. So if you open the folder, you will see a folder for corresponding to TiddlyWiki div group, the Google group, TiddlyWiki document, Google group, TiddlyWiki user, or the main community Google group. We will talk about those in just minutes. Again, if you open any one of those folders, you will have all tiddler in one file, .tet file corresponding to tiddler, with the name of the group and the year of the conversation, as we will see in just a minute, and the conversation ID. So this is what we will what we shared. So go back to the presentation, or before go back to the let's go back and see what is the inside the single file TiddlyWiki. If you open the single file TiddlyWiki, you will see, you will have something like that. If you open the tag, you will see that we have around 2,500 tiddler corresponding to the samples, sample of the result. With those numbers corresponding to the TiddlyWiki div Google group, TiddlyWiki document Google group, and again TiddlyWiki user Google group. Each of those group has those numbers. We will see them again later. If you open any one of those tiddlers, you will see something like that. Again, we will go deeper about what is the information here in just a minute. But go back to the conversation, to the presentation, our presentation, to talk about why we share or make this video, and this is actually because my failure to, in one of the conversation in the Google group, my failure to describe this project to Jeremy. Okay, let me show you again. If we go back to our, if we open TiddlyWiki group, somewhere here we will have, or just search for 25K. Yes, phaseOne. In this conversation, I feel that I failed to describe the project to Jeremy, so I thought it's better to make it in a video. Hopefully, I could do this in this video. Okay, so again, let's go back to our presentation. Those links will be in the description, as well as you can see also that there is a GitHub project containing more information, just information. There is no code in this GitHub if you want to follow up in the future, as well as the Twitter account. So again, regarding the project and the idea of the project, we saw that there is many communities, not only the Google group, but there is something like Reddit channel, like GitHub discussion, some other communities. But as we know that the Google group is the main, and it's has very, very powerful the people, the community in this Google group is very, very powerful and very helpful. And it has a huge information about TiddlyWiki. Let's go see some. This is okay. This is just some terms. We know that we have a conversation. We know that have messages. There is two types of pages for the Google group: list pages, which list all conversation in one page. We will see them in a second, and we have a detailed page for the conversation. This is some number. Okay, let's go and see them live. So this is, again, we have for TiddlyWiki in Google Group, we have TiddlyWiki main user group, we have TiddlyWiki div Google Group, and finally we have docs Google Group. All of them are shared. The main idea that each group has list page, each line, each row corresponding to the conversation, and every conversation containing, as everyone knows, a list of messages. But here you can see that the messages is linked together. So this message is replying to another message. So there is a link. There is a link between the messages, as well as the main link between the message and the conversation itself. The phase one is only work with the conversation. There is no data, or we didn't touch the message in the phase one. This is the domain of the phase two, as again we will see in the end of this video. So if we close this video, okay, and open the single file, or I think better is to put them side by side and make some space for this one and do something like that. Yes, let's and I think it better open in the Tiddler in the edit mode. As you can see here, okay. Okay, as you can see here that each tiddler corresponding to one conversation. This is why we have this tag, conversation tag. And this tag is saying that this conversation is belong to the TiddlyWiki document group. Each field here is corresponding to information piece in this page. As we know that each line, each row corresponding to the one conversation, so each row corresponding to one tiddler. So let's say for this field, the author field is corresponding to the first name here, the ID, and also the URL is the identifier and the link for the conversation. So if you click to this row, you will go to this link, and the ID is a part of this link as well. The date is corresponding to this field, and last visitor is the second name here after the comma, if this is a visitor. For example, this conversation doesn't have a visitor, and there is no number. It means that the author, the first message only exists. The counter here is corresponding this number, and it's count how many messages inside the conversation. And finally, the title is corresponding to this piece of information. This information is a part of the messages, and as we said, we don't deal with the message in this phase. So again, very quickly, let's go back to okay, let's open the single file and talk a little bit about if we any one of these this tag incomplete, it means that this tiddler we will add more information about this conversation from the phase 2. So still now it will be complete only after we finish the phase 2. This field we already talked about. This is the title, which is not exactly. This title is the title of the tiddler is some arbitrary data, but we use the conversation ID as a part of the title, and the title itself. But after we replaced these the characters that TiddlyWiki doesn't like, so these mustache brackets we convert them to the normal brackets. Again, this is those tiddlers is exactly has the same schema as we described. It may be changed in the phase 2 as we move on in the project, or even after the project. It's bigger. It's a big topic, but for now we understand that in the phase 2 we will have another type of tiddler called message. We hopefully change this to complete or just remove them. This more field will be added in the phase 2. So go back to presentation. This is some number we know after the phase 1. Again, we have 3 GoogleGroup TiddlyWiki. For the user GoogleGroup, we have 25K conversations, and